Hello and welcome. It's Bashir Fadl with lovelycourse.com. We continue a journey into project management. In this session, we're going to talk about project risk register and creating a template for that, a unified template, and why it's important. In every project that we work with, there's usually risks, quote unquote, and issues. So how do we deal with that? And why do we need a register? And why do we need a template for that register? You'll be surprised the number of projects that I've heard of or seen other people do where, again, the project starts and even the start date is delayed because there was a dependency on something. They needed a resource. They needed access to a server, and that server was not signed off on or not paid for. So the whole project is delayed a couple of months before the start date. Or in the middle of the project, they're depending on access to a certain, security, access or privileges that are being granted to them. They've not been granted to them. As such, the entire project falls apart because of those risks. Even though you have the right technical team and everybody's doing exactly what they need to do and they're very qualified, but they depended on something else that was a risk and was not mitigated on time or was not documented properly. As such, the project either failed or was delayed or did not finish on time and over budget and beyond the initial schedule. So this is why it's very important for us to have what's called the project risk register and develop a template for it. So it's standardized. Everybody knows what it is, everybody knows how to read it, and everybody's able to share it, transparent. And as such, we're able to interact with it and resolve those issues and risks and mitigate them as early as possible. So what's a risk register? A risk register or issues register are common tools for identifying, analyzing, and managing risk. So what's the difference between a risk and an issue? A risk is something which has not yet occurred. A risk is something that could happen and delay us or not happen. So a risk is something which has not yet occurred. An issue, however, is something which has already occurred. And that's why when we talk about a risk register or issue register, those are common tools for identifying, analyzing, and managing risk and issues. Risk, something that could happen and, move us from our delivery date, or something that has actually happened, which is an issue. Using those registers, project teams can estimate and adjust their planned activities, taking into account risks and issues, thereby managing their impact. So at this point, simply go to lovelycourse.com, scroll down to your course, which is project management. Once we log into project management, we're going to be able to see our lesson. Scroll down to go to today's lesson. We're going to go to project risk register template. Once you log into that lesson, you're going to be able to watch the videos that are in there. You're going to have some very good templates that you could download if you need to use it for where you're working at. You can download those templates and you can study the entire lesson and finish it. Once you're done with the lesson, scroll down to the end of the project management course. You're going to find the certification exam practice questions. Log it in there, start taking the questions that relate to the subject that we talked about today. Again, it's auto-corrected, which means if you get the right answer, it's going to tell you got the right answer. If not, it's going to show you what the right answer is, and you can retake the test as many times as you need until you're very comfortable taking the certification exam. And finally, remember that if you go to lovelycourse.com/events, or just click on the events page, we have a lot of free events about different technologies, and also we're there to answer your questions. So he'll sure that we get to see you in our future events. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing you.